Hi, everybody. It is a magical Monday, a rainy Monday here at the Venus Moon. But the good news is Mercury retrograde is ending, and we're heading towards a full moon on Saturday. So today is a good day to come on out, shop at Venus Moon, hang out, pull some cards, and just get your vibe for the week. I was thinking about winter's really tough for me, and whether it's seasonal affective disorder or whatever, I don't like not having the light. So I've been doing a lot with crystals, and what can I do, and what crystals are good for something like this. One of the crystals is lepidolite, which is this purple stone. This is a tower that we have here at Venus. We also have a dark purple sphere. And lepidolite has a lot of benefits that I really wasn't aware of. It does help to balance your mood and alleviates depression. It also kind of gets rid of negativity, and it can help overcome insomnia. I do leave a piece of lepidolite near my bed because those of you that know me, not only am I a night owl, but I don't sleep that well when I do sleep. So lepidolite is something that I often have in my pocket. It's also been recommended to me that it helps with grief, and I have given it to a lot of people that I know have been going through that. Another crystal is citrine, which is one of my favorite stones. This is a yellow citrine tower. It's kind of known as the stone of the sun. It's a powerful cleanser. It regenerates you. It energizes every level of your life. It brings joy and positivity. It's connected to your solar plexus. So I showed you, this is a raw piece. This is a polished piece. And I showed you the tower. All three are available at Venus Moon. But citrine is another one that I either wear or keep in my pocket. And the last one, which I guess seems kind of obvious, is sunstone, because that's what I'm always looking for. The sun. This sunstone is supposed to connect to the sun's energy. It cleanses your chakras, and it brings joy and acts as an antidepressant. Of course, anything associated with the sun, those of you that know me, I love the sun. I love the warm weather. I like the light. So any of these stones, of course, clear quartz is a good one to always have, just because that amplifies any of your other crystals, and it does a lot of things. It's known as the master healer. I also have found that anything that any crystal that makes you feel good, if regardless of what, the websites say or whatever, if it works for you, use it. And for me, a lot of times it's meditating with them, or just keeping them in my pocket, and when I feel like I'm having a rough time or something like that, I just put my hand on it in my pocket or something like that. I would love to hear how other people use crystals and what you do with them. I do also use them in meditation. A lot of times I will hold them, or I will set them up on whatever altar or area that I'm working on. So that's my little crystal spiel for today. I also pulled some cards. I used 2 decks, and today I used 2 decks that I use every day when I pull cards for myself personally. Wisdom of the Oracle. It's a Colette Baron Reid deck. It's her teaching deck. If you are familiar with her or go on, she has a lot of free content, and it's just one of the first decks that I bought. And those of you that know, I have quite a few decks, but this one I go back to all the time. The other deck is also a Colette Baron Reid deck, but it's with Alberto Villoldo, and it's called The Shaman's Dream. These two decks seem to work really well together. Oftentimes when I pull cards for myself, the messages kind of go together from both decks. So I actually did pull 3 cards, and I want to show you the cards that I pulled. Now, in the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, I happened to pull them upside down. Hi, Shiva. I know, favorite, right? You're the one that turned me on to her. I appreciate it. And you know I love her stuff. So, in the Wisdom of the Oracle, she gives messages for each card right side up, so this way. But she also does it if you pull them upside down. Now, it's your choice if you want to do that, or a lot of people just ignore the reversals. For this deck, for some reason, I do use the reversals. In the Shaman's Dream, she doesn't give a description of reversals, and I don't use them. For most of my decks, I have to be honest, I don't. But for this one, I do, because if it's upside down, she gives a protection message. So the first card that I pulled was number 36. And you can see, come to the edge. She's on the edge of a rock that looks like it's not going to last real long. Now, I did pull this one upside down. What the red is around her is hearts. And what the message of the card is about fear. And it's saying that we shouldn't have fear. Most of what you fear is not going to come true. She's in the book, she actually says, fear is false evidence appearing real. Think about that. False evidence appearing real. It's really easy to go down, oh my God, street and panic about every little thing. But the more you stay there and dwell on that, the more fear is going to come in. So, you got to ask yourself, what am I afraid of? And is it really going to be true right now? A lot of times the answer is no. And I found that too, because, it is easy to get in a situation and feel like, oh my goodness, there's just no way out. So give yourself a hug, be brave, have some courage. When you're not feeling confident, the universe is always there to support you, and you can do it. I know you can. So interestingly, the next card I pulled also reversed, so upside down, but you can't really see the picture here. It's called Here and Now. And this is all about being present. And I am so guilty of this, and I know it. Oh, well, this happened in the past, or what if this happens in the future, right? Our fear is tied to what could happen, or, what did happen and could happen again. We have to stop doing that. We have to look at what's right in front of us and enjoy the good things that we have in our life, because that's what's going to make more good come in. And I've been having this conversation with my husband a lot lately. Like, yes, there are things in our life that are stressful, but we can't stay there. We can't stay there, because there's so much that's good in our lives, and we need to appreciate that. So you don't want to look too far in the past, right? You want to learn from your mistakes, but don't stay there. And you don't want to look too far into the future trying to figure out just exactly what could go wrong. We need to really try to stay in the present, because now is what counts. And I think for all of us out there, and for this collective, we try really hard to do that. And for me, it is a conscious effort. I do have to say, okay, you're worrying about things that haven't happened yet or might happen, or you're, upset about something that did happen. Let's look at right now and what's good in right now. Yeah, today, for me, it's rainy outside. I just want to stay in bed. I find this kind of weather depressing, but I'm in this giant warehouse with great music playing, and there's all these crystals, and I'm talking to people, and, I hope you'll come in and hang out today, and that's pretty much something to be thankful for. The third card that actually fell out of the deck which is funny because this jumper goes really well with the other cards I pulled. And interestingly, also, I pulled this one upside down. And when you see, the card is called Flexible. And you know how something is. If something is too rigid, nothing happens. It sets you up for a fight. So you got to meet in the middle. You have to be flexible. We're trying to, not be afraid, take those risks, live in the present, but you got to be flexible, right? This is another thing. This card reading could have been for my husband, Ron, and I all together, just because of those are the things that we've actually been talking about. So from the Shaman's Dream, I pulled 2 cards. And the first one is the Farther Gate. This card is all about walking towards your future. And I think what's interesting is I just told you we have to stay in the now. Yes, we have to stay in the now. When I say don't get caught up in what could happen, you don't want to stay stuck and not walk towards your future. You want to walk, and make sure while you're walking that you're getting somewhere. You're not just walking in circles. This card is saying, hey, there's an ending coming. You can leave the old behind, get ready to move, so you don't miss the opportunity. In the book, it also says that this is the gift of the Farther Gate is to bring you to the fullest expression of your gifts, perhaps for the first time. So even though this is looking towards the future, it's not looking towards the future with any kind of hesitancy or worry about what could be, but it's walking towards what you know you want and taking those steps. And again, it goes well with this because Come to the Edge says, have some courage. Go to that farther gate and have some courage. Be brave and walk towards, what you want. The other card that I pulled from the Shaman's Dream is Eye of the Needle. And this is intentionality, which I think actually covers all of the cards I've already pulled. So to think about when you thread a needle, you have to be conscious, you're really paying attention to what you're doing, and you need to have the discernment to do that. Once you thread the needle, then the opportunity on the other side is to sow what needs to be sown. And as you're walking toward that farther gate, you've now figured it out with your discernment. It looked very small. On the other side now, you can sow what needs to be sown. So stay true to the work that you have to do, what you want to accomplish, and that goes along with manifesting. I just like the way these 2 decks work together. I should have pulled the third deck. The third deck that I use every day is a deck called Magic of You. And that also always seems to go along with these cards. So next week, I'll do all 3. I just pulled 2 cards to see what was coming for the week, for me, for the collective that we have out there. And I always feel like the messages are spot on what I need to hear, and I know other people need to hear them too. Before I hop off, I want to let you know what's going on at Venus Moon. Let's see. Today and tomorrow is Cafe Venus. All the tables are set up. There's decks on the tables. Of course, you can always pull the decks that Chrissy has here. You can come in, hang out, bring your laptop and work on something while you're here. We have the space. I would love to have you. Today and tomorrow at 4 o'clock, Jules T is coming in to do readings. I actually just met her for the first time last Monday. She is super nice, so come in and have a reading with her. On Wednesday, she's also here on Wednesday. Thank you, Shiva. I appreciate it. I will talk to you in a bit. Hi, Jerry. I saw your basket, Jerry, and I am super jealous. You have some gorgeous things in there. All right, I'm sorry. Wednesday again, Jules T is here, and at 8:30, there is a Facebook Live sale. I don't know how, but I have blanked out and missed the last couple lives, which, I mean, is good for my wallet and makes my husband happy, but that doesn't make me so happy. On Thursday, Jules is here again. She starts at 4 when she comes in, and at 6 o'clock is the Energetic Council meeting. Cafe Venus set up on all those days. On Friday, come get a reading with Kim McBride. The magical Kim McBride, Shine Bright Tarot. She'll be doing readings on Friday. And on Friday, we're having a full moon circle and craft at 7 o'clock. You can sign up online, send us a message, give me a call, and we will get you set up for that. Chrissy always buys the best supplies. I am obsessed with the fairy garden we made last time. I think this time we're making wind chimes, and I know she got a bunch of really cool things. We always make really neat crafts, and that appeals to like the crafty, let's do something artsy part of me that, you know, I don't do enough of. On Saturday, Soldier Musings is here doing readings, so she's another magical reader that's here at Venus Moon. We have Lillian Inspirations is doing, it will be a vendor, and so will Juliana's Enchanted Realm. They both have really cool inventories. I know Lillian Inspirations just added these soaps to her products, and the sea salt one smells amazing. Also on Saturday at 7 o'clock, here, there's a full moon bracelet workshop with Josie. That's always a fun class. She has tons of things. You make a really cool bracelet, do a little meditation. It's always amazing. And it is the first sound bath of the season in Brigantine. So they will be in Brigantine. It's a donation-based sound bath. You can get more information on Facebook. I will be here at Venus Moon that day, so come hang out with me anytime this week. I'm here all day, and we're here until 8. I know it's rainy and yucky, but it feels really great in here. I'm at high vibe with the crystals, so come hang out, get some work done, pull some cards, do some shopping, whatever you need to do to get out on this rainy Monday. But better, weather is coming. Mercury retrograde is finally over. Venus is soon following. Thanks to those of you that watch this live. Feel free to send me a message, or I hope to see a lot of you here at some point this week. If you want to come hang out with me today, I hope everybody has a fantastic day and a great week, and I will talk to everybody soon. Peace.